is Jenny's first phone?
It's not my first phone. It's live. LYFE Athletics is live.
There we go.
Can you say something?
Jenny, can you hear me?
I mean, I can hear it. It's just delayed.
Good.
On. We gotta do a better fucking intro.
No,
That
I
was
got
fantastic.
it. I got the intro. You ready?
I don't know if I'm ready for this.
Now hit
Hold up.
that little music button.
Yeah,
Dog. 3, 2, 1.
That's right. We're live. We're back. We're early this week because I gotta go. I won't be here this week.
Where are you going?
I'm leaving. I'm going to retirement.
Liar.
Yeah. Okay.
I am competing. I'm doing the Patriot Games. Shout
What's
out
that?
to the Patriot Games. It's a little bit of a CrossFit strongman competition mixed with shooting.
Shooting what?
Pistols.
Oh, we're gonna
rifles.
get banned now.
No. This is America.
No, we're
Do
getting
what we want.
canceled.
So yes, we go, do a little bit of workout and then we shoot, and yeah, they score points and it's fun. It's good.
All right, who's our sponsor this
I'm
week?
trying to get more people to do that, so we can say the Patriot Games are a sponsor. Always True Made Food. Food is always the sponsor.
Okay.
And I don't know who else you got.
Let's say Coach Jenny.
All right.
Run Club.
Running Club is
Every
sponsoring
Wednesday
this podcast.
Wednesdays, 5:30
p.m.
Saturdays, 9
You
a.m.
don't have to put your hand like this.
So everybody hears.
Guys, can you hear me now?
Oh, all right. So we got some feedback. Fabian doesn't speak loud enough.
Yeah.
And then we'll see how Jenny speaks after
I'm
this
not
one.
loud enough.
That we'll see.
My
I'm a
volume's
girl.
low,
Feedback.
guys.
We'll see the feedback. You guys can grab the mic and put it in your mouth like this. Okay. You guys can lean forward into it. But yeah.
Coach,
All
you
right,
guys have
so-
the mic?
Up into it.
Today we are going
Dale.
to talk about not the main focus of it, but like the what brought up this topic was leaderboard, the leaderboard, and what we use it, and what it can be good for, what it cannot be good for. So we are going to bring it back and define CrossFit. We're going to define fitness. We're going to define health. We're going to talk about the sickness, wellness, and fitness continuum. And then it's all going to link thing to why I think the leaderboard is, it could be good for, and also why some people it could be bad for. Okay, so we'll do all of that. All right, so first, we're going to go with the definition of CrossFit. Fabian, you can go ahead and do that.
Read it.
Yeah, read it.
All right.
You should know it. Put the mic in your mouth and still looking back. You have notes right in front of you with it,
Yeah. No, I'll read it.
so you don't have to look back
That's
here.
it, Bobby. I'll read it there. I'll read it there. I'll read it anywhere.
You can look at the teleprompter.
Yeah.
You see
No,
it?
teleprompter. Yeah.
Yeah, it's right
Yeah,
there.
Nat. Yeah, scroll up. All right. Thank you, Nat.
All
So-
right. So the definition. of
Definition,
CrossFit.
we got constantly varied functional movements performed at relative high intensity. What is high intensity for you?
Perfect. Great definition. So that is what we do here every day. It is a great definition. We know, it defines what we're doing. Like, why are we doing this? Constantly vary, right? Something that is, even though we do the same movements a lot, they vary in how we do them with the weights. We use a barbell, we use a dumbbell, we use a kettlebell, we use a axle bar, a sandbag, right? The movements are always are vary. We vary by weight and also distance, right? On how fast, how high, or whatever we move them. Also, functional movements. These are things that are going to transfer when you walk outside the gym. Okay, I know probably we do some movements like handstand walk. All right, you're not going to need to do handstand walk to be a functional person. But you never know when you're wearing like a 10,000 pair of sneakers and you don't want to fuck them up. You can walk on your hands. You know, that's something that you could do. But yeah, obviously handstand walk is not one of them. But like we do most of our movements are things to get you squatting, get you pressing, and get you pushing and pulling. Okay, so those are functional movements that we do daily. And then the part that makes it fun is the intensity part. The more fit we get, the more we push, the fitter we get. So that intensity part is obviously relative to when you walk in the door and wherever you are and in the time and your fitness. So yeah, anything else you guys want to add to that?
That was really good.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Jenny, say something.
I just
She did.
Anything.
I told them it was great.
All right,
Fantastic.
solid,
Wonderful.
solid.
Loved it.
Good.
Killed it.
Okay.
0 notes.
Fabi? Fabi always asks good questions.
Define relative high intensity.
Define. Well, I don't think I can define that. It's more
Examples.
of
Provide
examples. Yeah.
examples.
So like that could be. So an example is when I'm doing the workout, and let's say a brand new member walks in the gym. It doesn't mean that because I'm doing the workout prescribed as as it is on the board, and that brand new member or someone that's been doing CrossFit maybe a week is doing it scaled, that is less intense than what I'm doing. The intensity that person is putting in, it's literally the same intensity that I'm putting in. It will be the same intensity that my grandma will be putting in next to me. It will be the same intensity that my little son is putting next to me. Because they're all pushing at their max or high intensity, high capacity relative to where they're at in the fitness, right? So obviously the fitter we get, we had to bump up the weight, bump up the skill of the things that we're doing. But if I'm doing pull-ups and somebody else is doing ring rows, they're getting, if they never done pull-ups, they're getting that same intensity that I'm getting from the pull-ups. So that's kind of like the relative intensity part. That's how you differentiate it.
Okay. And then with relative high intensity, what's the goal long term?
The goal long term is to obviously gain fitness. So you're going to increase weight, increase speed, increase capacity. All of that is going to keep growing through the years of your life. So the older we're getting, the more intensity we're pushing. I know it sounds weird because I don't think at 90 I'm going to be able to fucking keep growing and doing faster than I'm doing now. But as of now, I never done what I've done in any previous years. So I keep getting better every year after year.
So you've never regressed.
I have, no, you do regress. There's never a linear growth to fitness, diet, life. There's always, think of the growth in life like the stock market, right? Everyone's panicking right now because the stock market is crashing. That's part of life. We're all gonna have to go through that in every aspect of our lives, personal, relationships, fitness, everything goes up and down. You just want to make sure that you're always in the up trajectories, all right? So if there's a line this way, you want to end up, you go down, then you get higher the next time, then you go lower, then you go higher, and you just keep going up in that up trajectory. But know that the ups and downs happen. So I do digress sometimes when my body's too tired or I have an injury or things like that, but then, I just started handstand walking for the first time ever.
And now all you do is walk on your hands.
No.
Okay. So, and then
Not always.
in regards to the high intensity being relative, the goals are threshold to increase, right? You mentioned
Yes.
a scaled member. They start with maybe a 15-pound bar or just a bar, no weights.
Yeah.
The threshold increases. Jenny,
Yes.
does CrossFit or, sure, CrossFit working out, does it ever get easier?
I don't think it gets easier.
Okay.
I think you get fitter, so you push yourself more, like he's saying.
Correct.
Relative high intensity.
Uh-huh.
It just, if to me, it never feels like it gets easier, but things start to feel better.
Right. Okay. So your
always-
threshold increases, but
Yes.
you're still feeling that.
It still
that
feels
burn.
like day one.
Yeah. Okay.
what I mean?
Cool. That's what I was trying to get at. Solid.
Yes.
I like it. Good.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Next one is the definition of fitness. So work capacity across broad times and modal domains. Basically, so when Coach Glassman first impacted CrossFit, he went to the NSAA, the people that were in charge of the fitness industry, and asked them what is the definition of fitness. And they had you work out, you lift weights, you run, you move. No one had something measurable. So he went and made the definition. So think of if you just lift weights and move and run and stuff, and you never have anything to look forward to, what is just gonna get boring, right? Like you're not gonna care. So he made it that it's meaningful. So work capacity is the amount of work that obviously you could do. The time, we always have a clock here, right? That's the time. And then the modal domains are the movements. Okay, so what kind, the work is the workout, the format of the workout, chipper, couplet, bunch of whatever, all the millions of different types of workouts. Time, right? Like finish it 4 times or do as many rounds as you can or lift as heavy as you can in 15 minutes, right? That's our goal. And then the modal domains is, so like think of like distance stuff, how fast you can move. It's basically so that he could measure the power output that we put into that we're putting out when we work out. And that power output that we put out when we work out is going to define our health. But I'll ask them if they have any questions about the fitness part first.
You got a question?
Any questions?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Broad times. What does that mean? Give me an example.
Today's workout is
15?
4 time.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a task of finishing the workout as fast as you can in a 15-minute cap.
Okay. And then Fran.
That will be another 4-time workout. The goal is to do it around 3 minutes, right? Like 3 to 4 minutes. No, I would say like 3 minutes will be like good athletes, like, then you have average anywhere between 4 to 6 minutes, but it's like a 10-minute cap. So you don't want to be doing Fran, right? Like for 20 minutes.
Right.
Because you want to click RX.
Correct.
You want to do Fran within that time. So if you need to meet the stimulus, that's when you scale and do all that stuff. Okay. But yeah, that's the broad times.
So essentially by broad times, it's a workout that you have a workout that's supposed to take you 5 minutes. You can have a workout that's going to be completed within 30 minutes.
Yeah, there's a workout that can last for 24 hours.
Like the fucking
Like
the row marathon that we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, anywhere, right? Like any time. Time is endless.
Correct.
So obviously we can work out forever, but that's what it means. Like broad time is broad times, all of it.
And then modal domains, is that like different elements? So let's say a
Yeah.
barbell, you're squatting with the barbell, but you can also grab a sandbag and
Yeah.
squat with it.
Yeah. So the domains are all of the movements that we have, right? Like, so think of that not only movements, like this weekend, I had to not only do the movements, but I had to shoot a target. And, that's all those are the domains, right? Like what can it be? What can you add to it? High rocks, right? Running and bunch of stuff in the middle. So all that is CrossFit.
Okay. Jenny, you did high rocks.
I
this
did.
Past Saturday.
I did.
How'd it go? Talk to us about it. What domains?
There was a lot of power output.
Okay. What domains were there?
There was a lot of running,
Uh-huh.
lunges, which we do here, wall balls, which we do here, sled push and pull, which we do here, just not a lot.
Okay.
Rowing and skiing we do all the time, and and farmers carries.
Nice.
So it was like a long CrossFit workout.
That's what I was
Which
gonna ask.
I feel like we don't our broad times are not long. I think like yesterday we had a 25-minute AMRAP. That's the longest one we've done in a long time.
Yes. So the reason for that is, so think of doing like high rocks. Let's just go with the high rocks. Obviously, with more and more and more people do it, their times are going to come down. But you can hold even a 30-minute workout. The intensity, right? You cannot.
Lower.
It's way. You have to pace. You're pacing the workout because you have to pace. The intensity is lower, so you're not getting as fit. The workouts that get you the fittest are anywhere between 7 minutes and 12 minutes. That's the sweet spot. Anything around there, because you can try to push and go as hard as you can for 7 minutes. You can try to push and grow that to 12 minutes, right? That's what the elite athletes do. If you see the CrossFit games and stuff, all of their workouts are like 12 minutes long, 15 minutes long, because they push all out for that long.
Right.
That's obviously like the main, try to be as fit as they are. But like me, I could do a workout and push for like 7 minutes, and then after that, I'm dying. It's over.
So why is that the sweet spot, 7 to 12?
It's just the I guess the capacity of the body to be able to do that. Like I'm sure someone out there is gonna come out and fucking do a all out 5K. Like, and then they.
But an all-out 5K for them is probably like 12, 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, right, like some people could do that. Like, they don't pace a 5K, right? But then they'll have to pace a 2-hour half a marathon, right? That they have to pace, right? Some people, like the ones that ran the marathon in 2 hours, they're going all out for 2 hours.
With the little gummies.
Yeah, you build your body, right? Like, you can adapt to all those things, but most people, their sweet spot is 7 to 12 minutes. That's like remember, we're doing it for the world, not for the 1%.
Right. So anything above 12 and anything below 7.
Well, below 7 is all out too, but you just different all out. Like you fucking all out.
So what are you accomplishing if the workout's below 7 minutes or within 7 minutes?
So let's think of like a 50-calorie all out, right? Or a like Fran. What else? Like acid bath, right? The way you feel after you do that workout. How long do you feel like crap after?
A minute. I mean, by a minute, I mean like a long,
I'm like,
hot
what?
minute, a long ass
Exactly,
time.
right? So imagine doing that every day.
Hey, you're gonna burn out.
Yeah, you can't. Right? Like, it's just not sustainable. So but it's okay, right? We have to hit those here and there. So we don't hit those fast ones that much. The long ones are more pacing so that they're okay to do. Like we do Murph and, we do workouts like that. And then Saturdays are usually like a little on the longer side. But it's also hard right? We have an hour.
Right.
So like anything more than 30 minutes is hard to put in the class. So yeah, that's why Saturdays are good to do those. And most people are here during the week and they want to get fit, so we gotta do workouts that are making people the fittest, right? And need to work within that 7 to 15 minutes around there.
Right. Okay. This is kind of a side note, but
Yes.
I think, who was it? I think it was Pat Sherwood. I watched one of his podcasts a while back, but he mentioned the shorter the workout, the longer your recovery should be afterwards. And then
Yes.
the longer the workout, the shorter the recovery has to be.
Yes.
Why?
It doesn't have to be
Or it should be.
because of the intensity, right? So like think of like when I PR my 5K the other day. I was fine like a minute later. Right? Like it took me like 1 minute and I was talking and having fun and saying hi to everybody and it was good. When I do acid bath, I go outside and cry.
Cry, throw up.
Just cry. I don't throw up, yeah. Just literally go outside and cry. Don't talk to me. I can't hold a conversation. I can barely stand up. So that's just because of the intensity that you're able to put in a 3 minute compared to me running a 24 minute. What was it? 27 minute?
25?
Something like that.
25-minute 5K or whatever it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
You
it-
feel like shit while you're doing it, right? But you know that if like 3 times I saw a couple of different spots where I'm like, okay, from here I'm gonna sprint. And I was like, no, not yet.
Okay.
Because you can, like if you do that too soon,
Right.
you're done.
That's it.
Yeah, you're done and you don't finish the race. So you have to, you have to pace those. Like it's not like a, right for me. Some people could run them. Like I saw 2 kids that were running that shit. They ran like in 16 minutes.
Wow.
They were sprinting the whole time,
Yeah.
but they got it. And they are recovering for way longer than I did, right? They were sitting down and not moving for a while.
Okay. So that would lead into the next question. Does it also depend on the type of athlete? Like if you want to say a slow twitch and fast twitch athlete?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that's when it comes to the 1%, right? Like the runners are going to run a 4-minute mile, which is our sprint,
Yes.
right? They're running like a minute, 400 meters. That's us sprinting. This is the whole thing. So that they're built for that.
They train for that.
Yeah, they're trained for that. They're not built. They're trained for it. Yeah, they didn't were born with that shit. You
Get
have
that,
to,
Jenny?
yes.
My dog.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
shit is hard to do.
Yeah. The same is as hard to do Fran in 2 minutes. Right? Like you gotta do it and do it and do it and do it, and every time you do it, you know it's gonna hurt a little bit more than it hurt the last time. So it's a difference.
I don't know if that right now is the best time to mention it, but when we got our L1, they mentioned 3 examples or 3 different athletes and then compared them. So you have your CrossFitter, you have somebody that is a marathoner, then you have a strongman. Talk about that. Like what's
I didn't get that talk.
okay?
Oh, I
But
got that
you
one.
talk about it.
Natalie, you talk. You want me to talk?
What do you want to talk about it?
The example that they provided.
I mean, so they used it for, because Glassman somebody has like 3 different things. And
Yeah, so
you know
the
that thing
different.
where you play bingo? Okay,
Yeah.
that. So they pulled it out and they were like, okay, if we have to we have to run a marathon, who's going to do the best of those 3? Obviously the marathoner.
Yeah.
Correct.
But then if we pull out another thing and it's like, we have to do like running and lunges, whatever. Obviously the CrossFitter is probably going to do the best in that one. And they just kind of like bingoed it to see like, yes, they're all athletes and they're all fit. And not to say like who's better than who, but like a marathoner is only going to probably be good at running or endurance.
Yeah. So
Workouts.
I guess the thing about that is they're trying to show that we don't have to be a specialist at one thing. We just have to be good at everything.
Correct.
I think
Yeah.
it was for like the constantly varied.
Yep. So they also use that to show the work capacity. I don't have space in here to put it.
Fine.
I do. So work capacity is this, and then you have, and this is our work capacity. Okay, so here you have power, and here you have time. Time, power. Okay, so we have three different power outputs. We have the powerful, we have the middle, and then we have the long. Okay?
Yeah, this is what they used it for.
Yeah. So then here in the powerful, you got the lifters,
Strongman.
the strongman. They're really good here, but if you ask him to do a marathon, so his power output is only here. So that's his work capacity.
Yep.
Okay? The marathon guy is going to be really good at the long distance stuff, but his work capacity, right? He's super
But
not
it's
strong.
not high.
Yeah. So he's going to do, that's his work capacity. The CrossFitter is going to be not as strong as this guy, but he's going to be around here. He's not going to be as fast as this guy, but he's going to be around here. But he can also do a bunch of other stuff that these guys don't do and go in the middle, which makes right through the years of his life, he's going to improve on it and improve on this and improve on that. Improve on this, improve on this, and improve on that. So his work capacity grows steady and it fills up all of this.
Right.
And this is the definition of health.
What a transition.
So essentially, yeah, that's what I was trying to allude to. The example was you have your runner, you have your strongman, you have your CrossFitter. They pull out, okay, run a 5K. Chances are your runner is going to get first place, CrossFitter is going to get second, and the strongman might not even finish.
Yeah.
And then the next one is heavy deadlift. Your strongman's going to get first, your CrossFitter is going to get second, the other guy's going to snap a hamstring. No, I'm just kidding. So the other guy's going to
Wow,
get third.
rude.
He's going to break in half.
Yeah.
Wow,
so,
rude.
so, and then the third one is you have something along those lines in between both that is not running, that is not doing a strong man workout.
Yeah. A Metcon. A Metcon.
Yes, a Metcon, correct. Your CrossFitter is going to come first, and then those two, we'll see who comes second.
Yeah.
Or-
Probably, I would say like runners, like anyone that does long distance stuff is going to be okay. Like they'll, like a sprint, not a sprinter, but I would say somebody that runs like the mile time and the 1,500 meters and that stuff. They'll be fit enough that they can be okay in a work, like in a Metcon. They can, you know, they can do Fran.
They'll be able to finish.
Yes. They can do it like in 6 minutes.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, and that's the whole example is talking about extremes, right? So you have your runner, your strongman. They're two different extremes, and then we're somewhere in the middle.
Yep.
And like you mentioned, our goal is not to be a specialist in any element. It's to be good across the board.
Yeah.
All right, dale, let's go. Health.
All right, so health is, as we transition, right, is the definition of fitness. Increased through, oh shit, we didn't fix it. The
Sorry.
thing. Increased through the years of your life, right? So as we get older, I hear this all the time and it fucking drives me insane. I'm getting too old, I can do this. I'm getting too old, I'm hurting.
Yeah.
Dude, no. If you're doing that, it's because you're doing something here wrong. You're either overtraining or your nutrition sucks or you're not sleeping well, you're stressed about something. If we do everything how it's supposed to be here, we should never say that I'm getting older so I gotta stop doing this. I'm getting better as we go. I still don't know when that time is gonna be that I'm gonna hit a decline. But as of right now, from when I started CrossFit into now, I've been my fittest ever. My healthiest, my fittest. I'm literally just did my in-body this week and I hit 13.6% body fat. That's the best I've ever been. Ever. And
Yeah, me too.
I'm full. I am
Times
40 years old, and yeah, so I don't know. I don't take that as like a lightly. Oh, I'm just old. It means a lot to me. So yeah, that is the definition of health. Any questions?
Jenny, you got a question?
She loves what I say.
I do. I love it.
Oh shit.
I do.
Yeah.
She
I
just
lo-
loves everything.
That's
Like,
it.
zero questions. All right.
I do. I like listening.
Perfect. That's fine. So long term, what is the goal? Because I mean, you have your elite athletes, right? Your CrossFitters that do this for a living. This is
Yeah.
their paycheck. This is their job.
But for how long?
Yes, they're doing this for performance purposes, right?
Yes.
Not just for longevity, long term. Long term, what is the goal?
So exactly, right? Like you have to have these conversations individually with people. Most of us are gonna do this for health and for longevity, unless someone wants to do it for the sport, right? And it's cool, yeah. We just have to.
What's your goal?
My goal is for
Yes.
longevity. My goal is so that I'm 90 years old, I can go ahead and still kick ass, still have sex, still do all that stuff. Yeah, I want to be at full capacity to the day that God calls me home. I never
your
want to be
goal?
taking care of anybody.
Longevity. I'm not doing this for performance. I'm not going to no fucking games, Doug. I mean, I'll walk around, I'll hit a lift, I'll be like, I'm going to the games, bitch, but I'm not going to no games, bitch. I mean, I'll
Yeah.
go as a spectator. I ain't doing shit over there.
Yeah, no, again, right? That's too different. Like that takes so much work. And then
But then that's
they
not for
know
health.
it's
That's-
not. It's not. They
It's
know.
a career.
You can talk to Rich Froning. You can talk to the people now. They know that they're doing this and they're kicking the shit out of their body for anywhere between 15 to 10 years to get the most they can out of their body without caring what happens after that. They don't care if they have to have knee replacements. They don't care if their shoulder snaps. They know that the reward now means more to them than being able to
long
live until the
term.
90. Yes, that you can. It's any professional sport. Basketball, baseball, fucking any. Football. Any sports that you're doing so much work in a such short, or like, right, I'm do this 1.5 hours a day. These guys are doing this shit 8 to 10 hours a day,
Yep.
7 days a
Every
week.
day.
Yes, they're always training, always taking care of their body, always working on other nutrition, that sleep, all this crazy ass thing. Think of all that time condensed into 10 years, right? It's a lot, mentally, physically, emotionally, all that shit. So that, but they know that. Like now, people know that that's right. And then not to say that when they retire, they shift, right? They can go and be like, okay, now I'm gonna do this and be more careful and understand and educate people on the difference and all that stuff. You hear Rich Froning all the time saying, like, "Though we were doing this wrong for so long." You hear them, they thought it was workout every day, all the hours, all the metcons,
Yeah.
all the weights.
Yeah.
If they didn't do 100 muscle ups a day, it wasn't a training day.
Yeah, not only that, I mean, when CrossFit still first came out as a sport, everybody's idea was balls to the wall, start off strong,
Yeah.
no pacing. There was nothing. Pacing did not exist. It was
Nothing.
literally
That-
who can hold on to this pace and die.
And die. And who
And-
can die
and finish
late?
first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then that, right? Obviously, as we grow with the sport and in health, it's understandable now, right? And even they're gonna get more out of their bodies because they understand how to train better now. They don't need to do such crazy amount of volume all year long. It's just train for when it's coming or whatever. But yeah,
peaking.
they'll figure it out. Yeah, exactly. All that shit. But that's again, dude, we're talking about, we have the 1%, we have a pyramid here of everybody, right? Then there's like most people are here and stuff, and then you got the 1% there, and then you got them right here. That's like literally like that's how it is, right? Like think of the world population. You only have 40 guys and women that make this. That's it. There's more people than that in an NFL team.
Yep. 53.
Yeah.
Okay, hold
So
on.
What's your goal?
it's huge.
My goal.
Yes. Sorry.
Longevity. I want to be able. I don't want to be like my family,
Okay.
older generations. I want to, like how he says, I want to be 90 and still be able to take care of myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? I none of my grandparents could do anything that Kathy does at her age at 65.
Yes.
You know what I mean? My aunt says all the time, if I squat down to pick something up, I'm not getting up. I don't ever want that to happen.
Life alert.
I
Dude.
don't want a life alert.
Yeah.
I don't want to need a life alert.
I get
Yes.
So
you. I agree.
I love you both. I have children to pick up.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
Dale.
this was fun.
Later, mama. Let's go.
Let's go.
And then there were two.
And there were two. Move that chair over. Ooh, yeah, just throw it up. There we go. Now we're gonna put this here. And I can rest my hand a little bit. Oh. All right, so there you goes. Those are the three main definition of health, definition of CrossFit, fitness, and health. All three align with each other, go with each other. I want to explain real quick what leads, right? Work capacity. Why now this ties in to the leaderboarding and stuff that we want to talk about. Is that how you write etiquette?
No.
Jesus Christ, how is it?
It's E-T,
E-T?
etiquette.
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 What the fuck
All right,
is the
I'm
T
gonna-
on that
I'm
shit?
Here, I'll look it up. I'll try to spell it. I'll look it up to make sure. It's E-T-I-Q.
Uh-huh. Oh my God, I'm out. I quit. I
right, what up?
fucking quit.
E-T-I-Q-U-E.
I'm gonna start spelling it so you can
Dale.
look at it.
E-
T
I
I
Q
Q
U
U
E
E
T
T.
T E.
No, zero chance.
Let me
though.
check if I got it right.
That will be a lottery winning number if I spelled that shit right. Wow.
People, I got that shit right, baby.
That is
Yes.
That nothing. Nope. The English is fucked up.
You spelled educate. It's all right.
Yeah. Well,
No worries.
exactly what I meant.
Yeah. I knew what you meant.
That's
We're
it.
good.
That's all that matters. As long as people understand my English is good. So yeah, the leaderboard etiquette. So think of our goal in as a CrossFit gym is to get you guys from sickness, right? Like so, most people in America are closer to sickness than they are to fitness. So just to define this real quick, sickness, you got high blood pressure. You don't have to have high blood pressure, but like you have high blood pressure. That's one of the measurements. 30 plus body fat, right? You don't have to be sick. Like you don't. You can walk around with high blood pressure and 30% body fat, and you're fine, right? Like nothing. But inside of your body, that shit is fighting, right? It's literally fighting to keep you alive. And then lower immunity may have one of these. High cholesterol, which again, now we know that high cholesterol doesn't have to be because like you could have high cholesterol and be really healthy because you only eat fats and like a carnivore diet, right? You could have high cholesterol now and not high blood pressure. What's bad when you have high blood pressure and high cholesterol? That's when it's bad because it's probably because of what everything else is going on in your body. Lower bone density is huge. Okay, the less bone we have, if we keep losing bones, what the fuck was that disease? Uh,
Osteoporosis.
that shit. Okay, you get that. Low muscle mass. Again, muscle is the longevity organ, right? At 30, we lose every year after 30, we lose 1% of muscle if we don't keep it up. So think of people that don't do anything, right? Again, closer to sickness. High triglycerides. That's like,
Triglycerides.
yeah, sugars and all that stuff. So think of right, like you might not look sick, you might be fine walking around, right? But these things will lead to bad stuff. Now let's say, right, you're walking around like this, and you get into a car accident, or you get a pneumonia, or you get COVID, or you get fucking the cold, right? Like, look it up. How many people die of the cold? They didn't die from the cold. They died because they were here. They got sick from the cold, and then the body was fighting all of this shit, so it couldn't fight the cold. So then they die. Most deaths are because of that, right?
So, people, is this what they consider comorbidities?
Yes, exactly. Right? So you want to be as far away from this as you can. The closer you are to it, the easier it's for you to die. Look at it that way, right? That's as we keep giving you guys articles from the journal, there's a couple of articles in there that show the difference between CrossFitters, how hard it is for cancer, car accidents, cold, pneumonia. Think about the crazy sickness that you could get. How hard it is for them to get killed by those things compared to someone that's living closer to this side. So they basically like don't make it, right? Because their body can't. Is not able to fight it.
All right, real quick,
Yep,
crazy
yep,
question.
Yep.
Is there any benefit to being on this side besides dying faster, if that's your goal?
God, no. I mean, I don't. That's
Any pros? Besides maybe enjoying all the food you can, everything that you want to eat.
I guess I don't know. I think just people aren't aware of what. Right, that you think that you go to the doctors and yeah, whatever, what should you eat, but they don't really educate you on how bad this is, right? How dangerous it is,
Right.
how quickly you could die if something happens. So I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think there's any benefits of being closer to sickness.
Okay. Dale.
All right, then we go. So our goal is to move, right? Obviously, wellness will be. This is like our minimum. So this, and the thing is that to get to wellness, people. Oh, but I do CrossFit. I do all the good things. I do all these hard workouts. Man, I wished that this was it. Like that. Only doing this. I was doing it for 3 years, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Well, I don't have abs yet. Well, I'm here 6-7 days. Doing the extra work, doing that. Never going out perform my diet. That is zero chance unless I'm working out fucking 12 hours a day and shit like that. I might outperform the diet, right? Because you need 7,000 calories to fucking function. I'm nowhere near that, right? So our goal is to get all of our members and everyone that works through a door and educate the world where wellness is the minimum. Like this is like be here and this is good. Like anywhere past this middle line, you're not good. So you want to be here or over. And that is where like a healthy blood pressure, 120/80, right? 120 over. So high is 110 over 60, I think it is. Yeah. Or 80. But yeah, look it up. Healthy blood pressure, body fat. This is for men. Ladies is a little bit more, but anywhere between 20 and 27. For men, I think the ladies can be anywhere between 18 to, man, I must say 28 or 30, around there. But obviously, it's a little bit more for the ladies. You guys can look at the InBody and check that. It says it there. And then stronger immunities, right? Like now, you don't have these things that your body is fighting, so your immunities are able to fight the cold and fight all that stuff a lot better.
Whatever's attacking you.
Yep. And then fitness, like there is fitness kind of like where like right like I'm at 13%. So you want to this is like more here, like you got fitness like all the way top will be man. No, I will be. That will be us. I wouldn't claim the CrossFit athletes are fitness because their body fat is so low. It's like fucking 5% and stuff, and you don't want to be there either. So you want to go anywhere between 10 and 16% body fat. Men, ladies, again, is higher. You guys, I think it's 18 to like 12. You don't want to be less than 12 for the ladies. Blood pressure 105/55. Nemia. John Nemia was telling us that this is too low. I don't know. You know, that's what I found on the CrossFit side. But if you go, maybe it is too low, right? But whatever. Think of like 115/65. You know, something closer, not up here, closer to the bottom over there. And then our goal is to get you here, right, or as close as you can to here, so that when pneumonia comes, cancer comes, anything like that that kicks your ass, because life is fucking an ass kicker and it kicks our asses, you guys can have all this to go through before death, right? So your body is able to fight it better. Think of like entering a fight with fucking the world champion of UFC and you walking in down here.
At 20%.
Yeah, you have zero chance, right? Like, or you're here and now you're like, yeah, I could take that. I could take a beating from this guy. It's going to be fine. But here, he clocks you one time and you're out.
You're done.
Done. Completely like dead. Your body can do it. So think of that, like car accidents, all that stuff, like things that could happen in a regular basis, like shit. So this is obviously the goal. This is the big picture. This is the why it's meaningful to me, why I do it, and what I love doing it. And then the way it relates to the leaderboard is, right, we have compete, RX. We're going to add a new category of intermediate in there so that you can have a middle ground between scale and going toward the RX, right? So that you know exactly where you're at on this. You can gauge it. You can do your progression on your work capacity, right? Because it's kind of like it's either scale where you're like here or RX where you're over there, right? So we want to have like a middle ground here where the wellness part is. So that will be intermediate. And then we have scale or modify, right? Like if you modifying the workout and it's scale, it's cool. It's just where you're at the time. And why? So that I put here what we should use the whiteboard for is to do gauge our work capacity. So put over there, Fabian, if you don't mind. Here's the marker. Write the
Power
equation for power output. Yeah. So Fabian's gonna
Okay, well,
write
real
that.
quick, talk to this point. We're here,
Yeah.
or somebody's here.
Fitness.
You're
yes.
here.
Yeah.
You're the example.
Mhm.
Okay, what's the benefit of being here?
Holy shit. Okay. So benefits of being there. My my body's look the best it's ever. Very, very skinny, and I always thought I could never take care of my family. I was like, yeah, if somebody comes, I'm gonna not be able to do shit. So that health wise, I don't depend on any doctors and stuff like that. Like I feel like I'm in control of my health. Yeah, yeah. It's amazing benefits. Hold on, I gotta check something real quick.
Dale.
You can talk. Just gotta make sure.
Wow. All right, lifers. We still live? Okay.
Somebody was calling.
Lifers, if you have any kids, I know a great kids coach, CrossFit kids coach. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 3:45 and 4:30 p.m. Bring them through.
Shameless plug right there, baby. I love it. I love it. No, you, dude, amazing job Fabian is doing with the kids. And again, when you bring your kids, you don't need just bringing them to the gym. Obviously, put them in the program so they can learn and know this stuff. It's easier for us to coach the kids now, and when they know, the kids already know their universal movements, functional movements are universal. They knew how to squat, how to do all that stuff way before. It's harder to teach an adult
Yeah.
than them. So bring them over, and then this this lifestyle or CrossFit or exercising or health, whatever, becomes part of the DNA. Like, and I can relate to that because my daughter one day goes, Dad, I just had a friend and I asked her, she told me that she doesn't go to the gym. And like, I didn't know people didn't go to the gym.
Yeah.
Like, right? Because my kids are here every day.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle, right? So she thought that everyone
Does it?
after school went to the gym,
Yeah.
like they do.
Yeah.
So think of that, like, right? Like, have it. That's why we're always friendly with the kids. That's why I fucking took the office down and made it more functional for them because I love that. That's going to be how we change the next generation, not by trying to teach the old one, right? Like, I try it anyways, but it's way easier to change someone that has this in their DNA.
Right.
Super easy.
No, and I mean, the moms here do a great job. Moms and dads, but the moms, I mean, you have the moms that don't miss a workout. You have Ashley who brings Wes. You got Lala.
Yeah.
Start bringing the little 2-month-old.
Yes.
Ariel and Josie.
Yeah.
Juliana at 8 a.m. who brings Isabella.
Yeah.
And to your point, like, they are born with squatting in their DNA because there's nobody in this world that has a better squat than a little kid.
Yep.
Very vertical, ass to grass.
Yeah. They can sit there and
Forever.
play for hours. And that we ruin that by sitting down, by not being active. That's, we ruin everything. So yeah, a lot of benefits, right? Like all of them. Shit. You literally go from none to everything in your life. Not only so, right, like this is why another important thing about us creating you and moving you to fitness, the confidence that you're going to have is going to make you better at your job. It's going to make you better in your home. It's going to make you better as a father, a wife, a brother, a family member, everything. Everything that from here that you do that is hard and you earn that it's going to translate, and you'll get a raise at your job because you're better than the people that are living here. So just think of that. You just got to trust the process. Don't we have a shirt like that? Yes.
Yes.
We just have one like that. So yeah, think of that. Trust the process and leave it daily.
Enjoy the journey.
Yeah, enjoy the journey. Yeah, the ups and downs. That's part of we talked about it, the mindset stuff. It was here before I erased it, right? Like chase those challenges.
Adversity. But yeah, like I was about to say that goes into the point that you brought up or that we talked about last week. It's you learn how to overcome hard things.
Yes.
You put this into practice out there.
Exactly. So the way that we use the leaderboard is to measure, right? You're measuring your power output, your workout. So work capacity times distance divided by time gives you a workout, like literally a number. And that number, you put it in the graph, right? That's what our leaderboards are there for, right? So we want to make sure that we are doing the right numbers. We want to make sure we're doing the right reps. We want to make sure we're not worried about if we're going to be first, second, or third. It's about what you're doing for yourself so that your work capacity increases. And because your work capacity is increasing, your sickness, you're moving away farther and farther away from sickness and closer to fitness, right? That's why the leaderboard is good for. That's why everyone should be using it for. And that's it. That's like basically the purpose of a leaderboard, right? It's not to compete. It's not. I'm talking about the everyday leaderboard, right? When we're doing the open competition, that leaderboard is someone's counting your reps, someone's looking at the time when you finish, someone's doing all that stuff. That leaderboard, that one matters if you're first, second, and third, right? Because for me, what the main thing I use it for, I just want to be better than I was last year, right? But I love that if I'm here and I have me and David, right? We have I love fucking David, right? But we have in everything we do, David sees me fucking getting my nutrition straight. He's not gonna let me fucking pass him and get his nutrition straight. If I see David fucking still kicking ass and doing burpees fast, I'm there trying to say, man, what the fuck do I gotta do to beat him at a burpee workout, right? Like it's always, but it's a healthy thing. It's not in a mean way. It's nothing like that. It's more of we drive each other to come closer to this than this. Nothing there is like animosity. That's
Animosity, yes.
Animosity, yeah. It's not, I'm going to fuck him up and I wish he fucking sucks at this. Everything is in good. I'm happy when he wins. I don't know if I'm sure he's happy when I win too. But it's more of a friendly that I know I cannot let go of my nutrition and my fitness because I'm letting him down. And he knows that he's doing the same shit with me, right? Like his nutrition and his fitness need to be on check because, right, when it's easier, if I let up, he'll let up. Like, oh, okay, yeah, he's not close. Like you don't have that little itch coming behind you.
So like a lack of accountability.
Yeah, like okay, it's perfect example, bro, is how important it is and why the community is so important in CrossFit. You see that in the mornings I work out with Angela.
Right.
Have I worked out any mornings?
Nope.
Right? Angela will tell you the exact same shit. If I'm not here for a week, she's probably not going to work out.
She's chilling.
Right? She's chilling.
Maybe.
Because it's most likely, right? It's that accountability. So when you're working out with the class, you have that, man, that person is pushing, I can also push. Bro, that shit happens with me and fucking little Jess all the time. Mm-hmm. That little motherfucker's always pumping shit. And like, bro, you know what? If she's doing that shit, keep moving, Carlos, because you can also do it. So it gives you that extra boost, but it's never on a mean way that, oh, fuck, I hate that she's better than me or Dave is better than me at this. No, it's a great, I love it. Yeah, I'm good that they're better than me so I can chase something. And also I'm going to not let myself down so that they can chase. Like I always tell Davis, I'm this close, right? Like it's always, I'm right there. And it's that fun little
Banter.
Yes,
Back
that
and
we
forth.
have back and forth, and it's never in a bad way. But that's the way the leaderboard should be used, so that you can see on your own, right? If you're fucking lying, I'm saying that you did the workout in 10 minutes or whatever, but you didn't do all the reps, you didn't do all that shit. But yes, it put you in first on the leaderboard. Great. Are you fucking getting closer to fitness, or you getting closer to sickness from saying that and doing that?
You're getting closer to looking like Pinocchio.
Right? You're going reverse. You're doing less just so that in your head you think, oh, yeah, I'm number one in the leaderboard. Doesn't mean anything. The only leaderboard that matters in that sense is the open. And done. Or like if you go compete in a competition, right? Like everyone fucking has a judge, everyone's counting. And even then, like you might have a judge that's fucking super strict and the other one is not. Part of
Shit
the game.
happens.
Yeah, it's just like fucking NFL. Some people throw the flag, some don't. It's the same thing. Sport. That's part of sports. That's all it is.
So to the point that you brought up about accountability, and you have good self accountability when you're like, okay, this person continues moving, I can continue moving. I like that, and then on top of that, I also like how now we are implementing two teams of two or partner workouts a week, because that brings out the most, at least for me,
Yes.
out of me.
Yes.
Because I don't want to let the person I'm partnered up with down.
Yeah.
So that pushes.
And that right. It could be both. Some people don't like working out with somebody, right? Because of that, and being the other, like talk to people, right? Like if somebody doesn't want to work out as a partner, it's okay. That's not what they want to do.
Correct.
Also, this other thing goes the other way. Like some people don't like to work out with little Jess because she's fucking too fit, right? She would love to work out with you. All she needs to do is work out at her intensity,
And you
and
work out at yours.
at your intensity.
Yep.
And she's gonna do more because, right? Like she has to do a little bit more load or whatever because you can't do as much. But guess what? She's gonna do more and get better because of that. You're gonna do more and get better because you're trying to make her, not suffer as much or whatever. You're gonna try to squeeze in one more or two more reps in there. You're gonna move a little bit faster than usual just because you were her.
Yeah.
All those little things that,
You want to be a good teammate.
yeah, you want to be a good teammate. And like this is another one. Ashley used to get this all the time when Ashley's about to get fit again and kick ass,
Just had a baby.
right? And she wants to work out with a regular person. It doesn't mean that you have to be fit to work out with a fit person.
Right.
Like, you just gotta match up, pair up, like each other, whatever, and do it. And it's cool. And it helps. And yes, that Fabian did bring that up, and I do try to put in the teams of two and stuff. We're doing teams of three on Saturday. I can't wait to see videos of that.
Shit. But yeah, no, I mean, I like it. And yeah, to the point that you brought up, because that was a big thing of like Jess not being able to be paired up because everybody, oh my God, don't pair me up with Jess because I'm going to slow her down.
Yeah.
You're not going to slow her down.
Nope.
You're not
She's
gonna
gonna
slow-
move as fast, if
As she
not
can.
faster.
And you're going to move
Yeah.
as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Your intensity is being reached, hers is being reached.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, like you brought up, maybe you're going to try to move a little bit faster to
Yep.
be a good teammate. And guess what? Your threshold increases.
Yep.
So you're getting fitter as well.
Yep.
Good point.
Yep.
But yeah,
Those are
leaderboarding.
good points. Yes. So yeah, think of that. I kind of went already how it could be bad for us, right? Like if you're worried about what place you're in. A lot of people worry about the RX button. That's one thing that is, again, let's do science, right? Think of fucking Greg Glassman. It's all about science and having things defined and having things measurable, repeatable, observable. You can see it, you can measure it, you can know what's going on. We know when people cheat. Okay, there's only
We know when people cheat.
not only two ways we can find out. I can look up on the camera and count everybody's reps and see, right? Or the easiest way, which David is amazing at this, we know that a fucking wobble takes 2 seconds. Okay? So if we have a Karen, and Karen is
150 wobble.
150 wobbles, and each wobble takes 2 seconds, right? You're gonna, let's average it out, whatever the fuck it is. I wish David was here on this podcast because he'll literally tell me the time. But anyways, it'll be, let's say it's 5 minutes, right? The average is to 5 minutes.
Wait, but you said a wall ball 2 seconds?
Yeah.
And it's 150, so 300 seconds.
300 seconds, exactly. How many seconds in a minute?
60.
60 seconds in a minute. So divide 300 by whatever. Let's just do easy math so that don't it's not so crazy. Let's do the easy math, and we're gonna go. You say it takes you
That's 5 minutes flat.
5
Look
minutes
at that,
flat.
dog.
Yeah. 5 minutes flat, right?
I don't even know why I used the calculator. Goddamn.
Okay, so 5 minutes flat. You said it was that, so you can put your score and say that you beat everyone in the leaderboard. That means that you did 150 wobbles
Non-stop.
unbroken, non-stop, without resting. Right? But then in the fucking workout, you're taking rest. So it's like, yeah, no. Right? So like all the workouts are like that. We know exactly around the average per rep.
Right.
Right? So you and then you have to, right? No one can go all out for the amount of the workout, right? Or unbroken or everything. So you have to add in built-in rest. And tell me who in the fuck looks at the clocks and goes, oh yeah, I rested for 10 seconds and that's it. Bullshit. You go, okay, 10 seconds. When by the time you really look how much you were resting, it's like 30 seconds.
Right.
Right? So think of all the times that you rest, all the times that you move from transition to transition, all the times you got to do stuff. We know. It's not, it's like
There's no hiding.
science. That's why it's so great. What Greg Glassman invented, adding the time and standards to movement is again, measurable, observable, repeatable. That's it, right? So think of workouts that way. So when you, let's say you want to, your thing is about clicking RX, right? You want to click RX because if you don't click RX, you're not in the top leaderboard and you don't get to measure yourself against your friends. Okay, cool. Click fucking RX. Now you click RX. But obviously the workout is not RX. RX is prescribed exactly how the board is written. So today's workout, you're going to run 200 meters. You're going to grab a 50-pound dumbbell and you're going to launch 160 feet. And then you're going to follow that by another run and whatever, right? That's it. That's the RX. That is prescription that the doctor gave you. Think of our workouts as a prescription for your guys to get closer to fitness. Okay? The same way doctors give you prescriptions for fucking antibiotics so that you can get better if you have an infection. Are you gonna lie and say that you took the antibiotics but you didn't take them? Right? It's the exact same thing that you're doing to this, right? When you put that much meaningful into what we're doing here, now you realize, right? So let's say you want to click RX, but the workout took you, let's go with fucking Karen. It should be like a 7-minute workout. It took you 17 minutes. Put it right there. Put that 17 minutes on the cap.
Where?
Okay? On the time part, 17 minutes. Yep. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? The workout is wobbles, 17 minutes. So you throw in a 20-pound wobble up in the air. You do the 20-pound wobble. The distance is 10 feet, right? Times the 10-foot distance. All that is going to give you a number, right? So 20 times 10 divided by 17, whatever. You don't have to do it.
No?
No. It's just going to give you a number, right? You did it in 17 minutes. So that number is, let's say, it's going to be here on the power output. Okay? on your chart. But you click RX. Great. You're up there. Oh, yes. They fucking clicked the RX. All right. Now we're going to have someone, okay, that understands this and where we want to go with this, and is going to do the workout with a 14-pound wobble, right? So change. No, you can just put it right up there so people see it right next to the, yeah, right there, right on top. Yeah, so 20 for 14. Yeah. The workout is still 10 feet, okay? That didn't change. But their time, 7 minutes. 7 minutes. 10 minutes faster. Boom. You divide all that. That person's power output is probably way the fuck up here. Okay? That is 10 minutes. So think of that. The main number that you have to worry about is the clock. The clock is the more time you rest, right? In those 17 minutes, that person probably rested a really long time. The more time you rest, the rest equals 0 power output. You're not moving.
You're chilling.
Okay? Nothing is happening. The longer, the bigger that number is on the bottom, is only one. Think of the one at the top. It takes two things. The one at the bottom is only the time. So it's the biggest denominator on that equation. The more time you take, the less work capacity you're producing, the closer you're moving to sickness, but you click RX. See how that works?
No, but
Right? So understand that. Understand that your goal, right, is not to be first in the leaderboard. It's not to be uh, click the RS button. Your goal is, am I doing the workout today at the best so that I can get closer to fitness? Am I producing the most power output so that I can be increasing my work capacity rather than decreasing my work capacity, right? That is our goal in the gym. So how is it bad for us? Chasing the RX button, okay? Thinking that modifier scale is a bad thing. It's not, right? I just proved it. Trying to be first in it doesn't mean shit. I don't give out any awards. Do we give anything out?
at the end of the year,
Oh,
but not for that.
yeah, exactly. Like we don't give anything. It doesn't matter unless it's in the open, right? Like in the open, you look fucking little Jess killed the open. Every rep was counted. I fucking counted all her reps, and she was first in the leaderboard, and she did amazing. And that's it. Great, awesome. That's it. Other than that, you have to have accountability and understand why you're doing this, right? If your goal is to do this so that you can be first in the leaderboard,
You're doing
great.
it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, but whatever. I mean, that's what you're here for. I just want you educate people and understand where they gotta be. But if that's what you want to do, also like the same with nutrition. Carlos, I don't care about nutrition. I just want to be here because I like it. I like how you fucking around with us. I like the vibe
Community.
here, the community. Great. Now we know. We know where you're at in your journey in life, and it's okay. I don't judge anyone. I just, as an owner, right? I want to be an owner that cares and is striving for that at the end over there, not being first in the leaderboard, competing for the games, stuff like that.
I did not have my toaster bars. Now I have my toaster bars. My goal is to increase the volume of toaster bars that I can do in any given workout. And that's why in the notes section, if you're not using your notes section, when you write down your score, please start using that. That way you have an idea of where you're at and you can kind of track that as time goes on. I enjoy using that as a method to track where I'm at. Right now, I do not have my dubs. I can't string them, so that's my next goal, try to string those dubs, and through time, I'll be able to string them a little bit better. People, you ready to join? But yeah, I mean, it's the leaderboard. I usually use it as...
like 10 minutes.
We got 10 minutes? Perfect. Leaderboard, I'll use it as a kind of a tool to see. I mean, Mayhem likes to kind of program the same WOD every once in a while.
Yeah,
So
and so there, right there, that's an amazing
use of the leaderboard.
Two and a half minutes. Okay, it's growing. You see right there your progress. That's what the leaderboard is for.
Correct.
That's it. That was a great point.
You get to, that's why I use it. I usually look at it as like, okay, I couldn't do this movement a year and a half ago. Now I'm able to do this movement, and not only just do it, I'm able to string X amount.
Yeah.
And then my goal is, as time goes on, I can string more, I can get better, I can get more efficient at a movement. I can see where I was when I did that workout X amount of years ago and see where I'm at today. That's the main use for me, at least. And then as far as like the modifying or the scaling, that point, I love it. I love the modifying. I love the scaling. A great example, what was it? Yesterday when we had the hang power snatches, the GHDs, wall balls, burpees. I saw Tom. He took off the weights on his bar, and then Tom, leg drive Tom. I go to Tom like, dude, hey, what's like checking on him to see if he was good. I'm like, yo, why'd you take off the weights on your bar? He goes, I'm tired of shit.
Yeah.
But he kept moving.
Exactly.
So that's all I want. That's all I need out of you is just give me whatever your 100% looks like on that day.
Yeah.
Make sure that you just give it to me.
Or
give it to yourself.
Produce power. That's you go to walk in here is to produce power. So right, like he could have kept the weight on and then rested a little way more, do less rounds.
And had a worse workout.
Had a worse workout, but he kept the weight on and had a RX.
Yeah, you could click RX. All right, I'm good. Yep.
Yeah, where he was, no, that is literally not the case. He did a way better workout, more power output by taking off the weight so that he could keep moving.
Yep.
And producing power.
And then another example, which is what you brought up, but I'm kind of going to talk to it on the other side. You brought up, Karen taking you 17 minutes. Mm-hmm. But like we talked about last week is a good thing is, all right, you're just going to focus and practice this one movement. Mm-hmm. So maybe, okay, that's not going to be the best workout of your life, but going into it, this is what I'm working on.
Yep.
So great example, Tati. Tati usually she'll bike whenever there's running. Monday's workout. No, there was a workout last Friday, the devil's presses and the runs.
Yep.
And we just compromised. Okay, half of those you're going to run the 100 meters. Half of those you're going to bike 200 meters.
Yep.
And I can relate to that. I can relate to the members that are there that are, They're giving it their all, whatever. Okay, cool. We're biking today. We're running today. We're going to go half and half.
Yep.
I was there.
Yeah. That's amazing. Like her doing that. Yes. Because like she didn't only get the running is the most, it creates the most exertion. So like the running burns the most calories.
Right.
Okay. So for her to do that, right? Like she's still scaling the workout, but is producing more power.
Correct.
Guess where she's gaining? Wellness and fitness. That's all what you gotta think about when you walk through those doors. I need to gain and obtain wellness and fitness. That's my fucking prize. That's my trophy. This is what I gotta aim for. That one in the first place in the leaderboard doesn't mean shit if you're not gaining that.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
to the point of clicking RX and wanting
Or
to click
clicking
RX,
RX.
and all that crazy shit. Years ago, David actually brought up this great point. And David brought up this great point because I asked him, hey, man, listen, this is what I did during the workout. Does that still count as RX? And I mean, I don't care. I'll put scale, I'll put RX. I genuinely just wanted to ask him. I was curious.
Yeah.
And he goes, hey, do me a favor. Click RX. Okay, now click scaled. Okay, click RX. Click scaled again. What changed?
Nothing.
Dog, you put in the work. You had a good workout. It doesn't change shit.
Yep.
It doesn't matter.
It's and I get it. It's like again, you have to get educated. That's all it is, right? Like when you have this education on what it really means, now you make the decision, right? Like now these people have the empowerment to understand and do what they want with this,
Right.
right? So it's like if your mind, like your head game is to click RX so that you can be better in your life and do a fucking workout and be here and get healthier. Bro, you know how many people put RX that they don't even know what it means?
Right.
They just have it there as the first option.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, like that's it. Can't care less who it is or who's not. They're here. Now, obviously, with this little education, like we taught it, we teach it, you now know what it is. But at the end of the day, right, like I cannot change everyone. I'm just here giving you what it is. You guys do what you think is best for yourself and for your health or whatever about it. But this doesn't lie, right? Like this is all basically in black and white,
Right.
right? Like I kind of like living my life here. But yeah.
Overall, at least I don't know if this was something you'll agree on, but you don't want to be known as the rep shaver, bro.
No, yeah,
That's-
that's. I mean, I don't.
I mean,
I don't. Some people might.
Yeah, I shave all the reps.
Yes.
I did that workout in 2 minutes.
Some people love it. Yes. Some people enjoy it. I can care less. But yeah, like I just again, I know why I'm doing this here, and it's way bigger than that one day of the workout. For me, it's so much far ahead in life that, yeah, I can care less about time, workout, RX, intermediate, scale. Actually, the other day I clicked RX and
Which one?
I related. It was
Was it the 30-inch box jumps?
fuck. I don't remember what it was, but it was a workout that I didn't do RX. I did something more.
Okay. So that's skilled.
Yes, but because at the moment I'm like, fuck that. I didn't scale this shit to do less, right? Because that's what, like, to me, scale to me
Uh-huh.
is right. Like I don't see it as scaling up.
Uh-huh.
I see scale that's scaling down. That's just me.
Bobby.
That's just what I see it as, right? That's what I was telling you in the conversation that modify, right? Like that I could dig it.
Okay.
I'm modifying my shit. I modified it.
So that hits
Yeah.
the ego, scaling.
Maybe, yeah, that's what it hits something. That day, I fucking don't give a fuck. I put scale. Most of the times, when I scale, I put it.
Yeah.
But that day, for some reason, I don't know why, and I was like, oh shit, now I can relate why people do the shit.
Why they want to click RX.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, like it was like one of those moments.
Yeah,
where,
because
like,
there's no such thing as RX
Yeah.
plus.
um,
If you go up in
no,
weight,
no,
you
yeah,
scale that movement.
We don't use that. Yes, like there are other gyms they have what's what we have the compete.
Right.
That's the RX plus. Yeah. Exactly. So that's just, but that's what it was. I changed the workout. I even changed. It wasn't that I changed. I wasn't even the workout. I think I changed movements in the workout, but they were like hard movements.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, that's just RX. I think it was instead of doing there it was. I did handstand walks instead of handstand push-ups.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
So
what it was.
that was the day that you were working on handstands.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That was one of those days I was working on handstand. And it was not like I was number one in the leaderboard because I did handstand walks. So it took me like fucking 2 seconds before the time cap.
Yeah. That was just the day you wanted to hit RX.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it. I literally saw the scale button and the RX and I was like, no, fuck this. Just like that.
This guy.
Yeah.
No,
and
I
I
mean-
relate to the people that have that feeling, right?
Right.
Like all the time. I just had it that day.
Okay. Yeah.
That was it.
I mean, to me, the what is it? The leaderboarding, all that bullshit is it's all about integrity to me, right? Like
Yep.
you don't want to be known as a person that shave reps or doesn't move to standards. That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, that's
Shaving reps,
that's
moving to standards.
That's another show.
Both. But I remember years ago, what was it? We had somebody here, and I think we did the 7 minutes burpee to a target.
Yes.
And for some reason, they just had this suspicion that they thought somebody across the room was counting their shit.
Uh-huh.
And then when that workout finished, obviously, since they have it in the back of their mind, oh, wow, that person across the room has been counting my reps.
Yeah.
I've been shaving. I don't know what I actually did.
Yeah.
When the coach went to ask them, hey, how many reps you get? I don't know. Go ask that person. They were counting my shit.
Yeah.
It's a complete mind fuck. Just count your shit.
Yeah.
Know what you're doing.
And listen.
Hold yourself accountable.
Yes. Again, we know the time and the amount of reps. Like, let's say there's a 7 minutes of burpees. We can do the math. Okay, she did 175. So that means she was doing this many burpees per second. Right? Like, we know the whole shit.
Right.
So then when there's a difference of people that want to do it again because of that feeling that not being the best or not being where they thought they will be, right? It's better to know that where you're not as fit so that you can, okay, what the fuck am I doing that I'm not as fit as I was a month ago? Am I not having my nutrition in check? Am I not sleeping well? Am I stressed? What's happening? So that way you can figure it out rather than, oh no, you know what? Instead of that, I'm just gonna lie on my stuff and I'm gonna still be fit. And they're not gonna ask me because they know that I'm fit because I was fit 2 months ago. And it's like, no, just obviously say it, be okay with it, and then it happens that I miss reps before, right? Like it happens to all of us. Like that's why we have the little poker chips and shit. Like it happens, but knowing that that it's okay. Like it's okay to miss the reps. It's okay to also not be as fit as you were before, and you don't have to lie about it.
Correct.
It's a good thing. Like what instead, hey, Carlos, man, I don't know what is happening, dude. Or Fabian, dude, what can you help me with? I can figure it out. And then we go on like, all right, let's fucking, what's the nutrition like? Oh, that man is the same. It's on check, on point. All right. What's the sleep? Man, all good. All right, guys, anything going on at home, anything going on at work, stress level, like anything that's happening different? Yeah, you know what? That laying off some people on my job, and like, okay, there it is. And it's okay. Or, shit, no, coach, I've been fucking sucking ass in nutrition. There you have it.
Step one.
Let's fix that. Oh, dude, I only been sleeping 3 hours a night. Okay. You know, let's bump it up to 5 and see what happens.
Yep.
And then we realize that, right? Oh, shit, I let go of this, and now I'm aware, and I'm going to go and fix it. And, yeah, but all that, it's all good. I love everyone. Everyone is loved by me.
Yeah, rep shaver, no rep shaver.
Yes.
You get all the love.
All the love.
Um,
All the love. We just want to, again, my goal is to get you over there. That's the one thing. So, one thing that gets me, that inspires me a lot. And when you say that you're too old to do something, that shit, oh my God. That's like a motivator right there.
yeah. Who? I mean, you know the answer, but who's the one person that comes to mind when you think about the definition of health, as far as when they first started to now?
Dude, I would say, I wouldn't say most people fall in that category, but I will go with one that is impressive still is Kathy, because when Kathy came from freaking fitness, right? She was doing fucking CrossFit for 5-6 years, whatever. For her in her age, right? Like it's easier for us to get fitter and stuff because we're younger.
Right.
But she is 64, right? She's 65.
About to turn 65?
I think she was in the 65 division this year. So think of that. At 65, this woman is redefining her age and doing things, increasing her work capacity, right? Since the day she got here, she's been doing better and better and better and better at getting into the CrossFit Games.
Right.
She's like, bro, I think like that I thought it was gonna be this year, but I think next year for sure she'll get it. And the only reason she didn't make it this year because they're only accepting 20 or 10 people. She would have made it if they would have taken
Top 30?
30. Yes.
Yep.
Right? So think of that. She was top 30 in the world. This is her best finish yet, and she's at her oldest.
Aging like fine wine.
Cool
but
shit.
the example I thought you were going to bring up, because we were talking about it actually with her yesterday morning, is her husband.
Yes. Oh
Joe.
my God. Yeah. That, so yes. Both of them are the same. But his is like such in a quick time, right? 'Cause
A drastic change.
He wasn't doing anything. He went all in though. This is like a guy thing. When guys go all, we don't do little by little. We fucking go all in. And he has lost 35 pounds, right? Every time remember when he walked in,
Yep.
couldn't do a burpee.
Stiff.
Stiff as shit. Couldn't do no flexibility. Couldn't do a really burpee. He couldn't pick up that much weight. Man, talk about running or biking. Any of that stuff was just, closer to sickness. And bro, I was watching him and I was telling you, look at fucking him doing burpees right now.
Yep.
It was so cool to see that, right? And then again, he's the same age as Kathy. And I always tell him, at the end of the year, you're going to look 10 years younger.
Yep. No, and what were we going to say?
And then so the other day, I told him, you're 5 years there.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, you told
you're
him.
5 years younger than now.
Yeah, you just gained 5 years on your life.
Yeah. He literally looked a good 5 to 6 years older than Kathy when he started.
Yep.
Now they look the same.
Now he's
Yeah.
balling, man. He's putting in that work.
Yep. I love it.
And that's a person that does not give a fuck about the leaderboard.
Yeah, exactly. That doesn't matter. That's a great point. Great point right there.
Dale. All right.
All right.
Way to close it out.
We out. Yeah. Thank you guys. We love you all. Check it out. Leave the comments, like all the feedback and nice stuff that you're sending us. Leave it on the comments there so that people see engagement on the videos and stuff.
And then copy and paste it and send it to us.
Yeah. And then send it to your friends that might want to listen to this and need help. Also, I don't know how many people know this, but if you have anyone, so we're going to be a MedFix affiliate soon. And one of the things they do is if you have anyone that's like super overweight or anything like that, bring them to the gym so we can do a transformation video. So we want to, like, if you know anybody and stuff and they have issues and it's hard for them to afford it and stuff, I always have this in mind. If you walk in the gym and you tell me that it's too expensive and you can't afford it, let me look at your bank account, and if I cannot find anything else that's making you sick, right? Something that you're spending money on that's making you sick. I'm not gonna say like fucking get a cheaper house, get a cheaper mortgage, get a cheaper car. None of that. Those are all things that you need. But if I find something like eating at fast food restaurants, buying junk at the grocery stores, stuff like that that's making you sick, alcohol, anything that's making you sick and it doesn't accumulate to the amount of our membership, the gym is free for life, forever.
What about shit that it's not food, but it's let's say video games?
Yeah, that's making you sick.
Why?
You're literally spending money on
Something that's gonna have you sit down and
literally
eat, get fat,
Mhm.
and just play games.
Yeah, that's right. Like what you spend the most time on, that's how you're gonna end up being.
Right.
So you're gonna spend most of your time on the phone or on the video games or like watching the news, watching TV, watching Netflix. That's what you're gonna be.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about this yesterday briefly, but my goal right now is to get my friend in here. I told you he's
Oh
about,
my God, yes.
my age. He's about, I think he's like 300 or 300 plus
That
pounds.
should be the project. Him.
And
Bring
he
him.
plans on getting married next year.
Yes.
So that's the goal. All right, Dale,
Yeah.
let's close it out.
Peace.
Later, y'all.
Oh God, my ears. Hi, Mama.
Fern.
Oh, the music though.
Dale. This guy. Later, y'all.